The views and opinions on the Craig L. Hayes Show do not necessarily reflect those of Westgate Resorts, ownership, or management. And now, on with the show. This is the Craig L. Hayes Show.
And welcome back, everybody. We're here on episode 4 with Leo Hauk from the dressing room of Elvis Presley here at the Westgate Resort in the International Showroom. And we're going to continue our discussion about show business and wrap up this interview with a couple more stories and some highlights. And, you know, we've been in the business, all of us, for so long. We have thousands of stories, but then you sit down and try to think about some of them, and sometimes you can't remember all of them. So that's what we've been trying to do, is pull some of these stories out of our heads and have a little discussion about it. So, Leo, we're going to continue on. So, any other stories you'd like to talk about? Oh, the Obama. Tell me the Obama story.
Let me tell you a story about the Opera House I met first.
Okay.
Years ago, when I just left to come here, that's when that stagehand killed that girl, that violinist. So they had big investigation. They set up like a office at the Opera House. And they were interviewing guys, taking an hour looking for what. They finally found out that the guy did it. One of the guys, a Crimmins boy, he's out now. I mean, but they found out because he tied a clove hitch in her hand and threw her in the air shaft. He went on vacation. They arrested him. There's a book on it, Murder at the Met. It's a little tiny book for stagehands. It's like 60 pages. Otherwise, no big deal.
Yeah.
Very easy reading, but it's a true story. Really true story. Poor girl.
And what was it?
He was just trying to take advantage of her. He brought her up into there's rooms, those doors that go nowhere. I know that place in and out. There's doors that go nowhere to nowhere. So he got her by the air shaft, and he was drinking, and I guess he couldn't get it on, whatever, and he threw her in the air shaft, tied her hands. But my buddy, Tommy Gravina, he worked on his side of the stage, and they said, Tommy, you're in charge. Was he there for his cues? They finally got to the point, and he says, well, he wasn't there, so that's how they found out he did it.
Mm.
And it's now his stepfather runs stage right, I forget how it was. And the other father works on stage left. But we were, in the beginning, we were giving them money, for lawyers and stuff, but then they found out. So that was that. Crimmins.
Wow. Come on.
So now Obama. So like I said, I worked for this guy named Bobby Allen. Worked with me in the Opera House. He was friends with K.O.'s son, and he stayed working when I left there in the summer. His son, K.O.'s son, became an electrician for Radio City. A house electrician for the whole Radio City, and then a good friend of mine. Richie Claffey, he works for Clear's channel with the Sphere and everything. He's a big shot. He was a rigger. He went way up in that company. A lot of guys did real well. So I moved out here. Bobby Allen moved to California. And he was doing these shows all the time. He did that blind singer, opera singer. He called me, come on, I got a job for you. I did that, a couple of Ellen DeGeneres shows in Chicago with him. And then he called me, I got a big job for you to do. It was for PRG here in Vegas, but he wanted me to be the head carpenter and build the acceptance speech for Obama in Mile High Stadium in Colorado. Was there a week or 2 weeks. It looked like the White House, like when Kennedy. Remember Kennedy when they inaugurated him?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a bloodbath, but I worked my hands off. But I mean, it was good. Bobby came full circle, man. He's a really, really intelligent. He sucked up like a sponge, That's how, he really did good for himself.
Well, if he had guys teaching him right, and he did it, man.
Yeah, because he knew I knew was going on. That's why he called me. He knew I worked till I die.
Yeah.
So anyway, we go off the things. They're saying, okay, you got the shutdown, 4 hours. You can't come in or out. If you're out, you can't come in. So I call him up. I said, He goes, where are you, Leo? You got to run the podium. Now, it's got no limit switches. I got to do it by eye. It's a 6-foot podium. Comes up with an 800-pound podium with air conditioning, bulletproof. So now I'm down there, and the Secret Service guy, I go, all right, seriously, if something happens, what do you do? What do you want us to do? He goes, I want you to get on the floor because we're going to shoot everybody that don't have a suit on. That's what he told me.
Wow. Yeah.
So I said, okay, I guess I answered that question. So anyway, so Bobby goes, where are you? I go, I'm in my room. He goes, what are you doing in my room? She goes, you got to run that thing. How are you going to get in? I go, I got a way in, don't worry. So I come up to 50-yard line, put my arm around him. He goes, I don't want to know. Get away from me. So long story short, the show goes down. The show goes down. Now I have to bring this podium down, and then I got to shut the trap. And I look in the peripheral vision on the whole top of the stadium. Every 7 feet, there's snipers. I'm saying, if they're going to get shot, when they close that thing and he starts walking away, them bullets are going to come in here. I got nervous, you know? So as I close the thing, he leaves a little binder, like a 52-page binder, like a loose leaf. Just for his notes. It was the prompter. In case it went down, he could read off the book.
Yeah, it was his.
And he had little notes, you know, little scribbles and all. So the show goes down. I said to the guy, the Secret Service guy, he left his notes. Yeah, they're going to throw him away anyway. I told him, I'm Leo. I'm the head carpenter, the production carpenter. If you want it, I'll have it in the office tomorrow. No one wants it. So I said to myself, as I'm closing that hatch, I'm saying, the first black president, this thing's going to be worth money someday. So I go, it's a long story. I really don't want to get into the. So I said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to keep this thing, and we're going to try to sell it. Because that's part of history. So I was asked Susan to write a letter to Oprah Winfrey. She would have bought it. So every year, I'm at LT's Christmas party. This guy, Robin, says, yeah, it's still in the safety deposit box. My wife even asked him towards the end. Because I talked to a lawyer, he said, don't do anything till he gets out of office. Because it's property of, I guess, or something like that.
Yeah.
So I waited 8 years. So I'm going to work. Jimmy Freisen goes, Leo, come here, I want to talk to you. Because I didn't tell a lot of people. You know, only a couple of people that I know. Rich, Jimmy. Mm-hmm. I'm sure I told. I don't know if I told.
No, you never told me. No.
Yeah. So I get the thing, and now Jimmy goes, look, I want to show you something. It was Yahoo News on a Saturday. This guy Feldman from New York City, an auction house. He's sitting on a stool, and he's interviewing this guy, and I see that book in his hand, and the hair immediately stuck up on the back of my fucking neck. And I said, what's going on? He goes, that's it? Is that it, Leo? I go, yeah. So I call this guy up. I go, what's going on, Rob? He says to me, well, this is what happened. What do you mean this is what happened? He goes, my daughter got a divorce with her boyfriend, her husband, and he got it because it was in his safety deposit bond. I go, what? So I said, you give me that number. I want that number, or you have him call me. Because you tell him, I'm not tolerating that. I'll come to his house tonight and tell him. He lives in Texas. So I called him up. I said a couple of nice words, you know. I told him a good Catholic boy. It's kind of something like that.
Yeah, I know what you probably said. So.
And he said, you know, everybody is looking for an easy way out. I said, what are you looking? That don't belong to your father-in-law. That belongs to me. I gave that to your father-in-law to hold. So you're robbing me. So long story, back and forth, back and forth. Thank God I saved all my credentials. Because every credential tells you exactly where you are during the performance. Yep. The numbers, and it's all, you know, what do they call it? Holography, whatever the hell, you know. Yep. So I saved that in my safe. So he's telling the story like his father-in-law was me. So I go, what do you want out of it? He goes, I want $500,000 for doing the leg work. I said, let's not talk about legs. You know what I'm saying? So I was persistent. I didn't get no, you know, what do they say? Possession is 90% of the law.
Yep.
So, I mean, I had no lawyer, I had no foot to stand on. But I told him, I said, I got this, I'm gonna show you. And I called that guy. I said, I have my friend Super Jew come to that warehouse, or whatever the hell they call it, the auction house. My buddy Super Jew's 6'6", he's a maniac. He looks like the wrestler, what's his name? Steve Austin. I send him over there to be see. So I stopped the auction. And then, well, first time opening bid was $100,000. So when I said, all right, we'll see what it goes. I wanted to do what I wanted to do with it. You know, I had a plan. But people get, you know, I'd do it again tomorrow, Craig. If I had that, I would give it to somebody because that's how I am.
Yeah.
I trust a lot of people that way, you know? Like Dick Wright said to me, you ain't getting nothing. I told you about that. So anyway, it didn't sell. So then they put it on another auction, and the opening bid's $30,000. So they just cut it down already. So I looked to see if who bought it, or if it changed hands, because they could have said 30,000, and then they could have sold it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I told the guy pretty much, that new motorcycle you drive every day, if I find out, I'll chain that baby right to a nice 20-foot cable behind my truck, and you'll see nothing but sparks. He felt terrible, but I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's
But
just,
the guy's getting loud with me on the phone. I told him, I said, this ain't no game. I waited 8 years, bro. 8. So what happened was that we split it 5 ways. So we got $2,500. So I said, that's a good day rate. I had a plan we could have done, but I dropped the ball, I guess.
Yeah.
I trust people too much. That's the problem.
yeah, that's probably what it was. Just
That's all right. I mean, you know, no one got hurt. No one. But sometimes you got to think.
well, maybe some people that didn't realize how close they got to getting hurt.
Look, they got their butt hurt, maybe.
No, it's
Yeah, I mean, you know. That's why I did it, because I didn't want them to think I was going to run away with it, you know?
yeah. No, it's
But that's how, some people that you know, he told me right away. They're going to sell it in 2 or 3 days. If he didn't show me that, my buddy knew, thank God. I got the ball, I left work. I got to go home. He goes, what? Wally, you know Wally, right? Little Wally. What's his last name? Forget. Little Wally came from Maine. He used to work at the Mirage.
I don't know.
He used to work for Foy too. He's an electrician, you know. Well, anyway, I said I gotta go. I gotta go take care of business. So I was on the phone for like 2 days, and I finally took a picture. So send this to Mr. Feldman, whatever the name of the auction house was. Stop the auction. But then you know they tried to push it with that baseball player Robinson, one of the first baseball players, wasn't it?
Was it Jackie Robinson? Or?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So they were pushing it towards that, you know, that kind of sale.
Yeah.
I told him, don't let my buddy come there, man. He's just in Long Island. He's just skip over the bridge, bro. But so, he was mad, the guy, the auction guy.
Well, yeah.
He thought he didn't believe me till I showed him the credentials. That tells you right there. Those numbers tell you I was running the podium, because they need to know. They need to know they're going to shoot you if you ain't got a suit on.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Didn't even hesitate. Yeah. Didn't hesitate. He goes, just lay on the floor. Because they're shooting everybody that ain't got a suit and a piece of wire out of their ear.
Yeah, people don't realize how many, you know,
Oh,
how they lock those places down on the president
Absolutely.
or the first family. It's just
it's crazy because upstage of where he's standing, there's another hatch. That's where he falls through, and there's just 2 king-size matches on top of each other. That's where he falls.
Yep.
And then they got 2-foot-high steel plates, quarter-inch plates, going all the way to underneath the stage to the ambulance.
Yep. Yeah, it's in that area is bomb-proof. It's like
they came with the dogs,
bunkers,
everything.
Yeah.
They made me nervous. They made me feel uncomfortable. There were so many of them.
Yeah. Well, their job is to protect
Yeah,
him.
that's why I asked him. You know, he's watching us do our thing. You know. And I go, Bobby, what am I going to do? How am I going to make this thing stop level with the thing? I was going to cable it, I say it to him, you know. Had no limit switches, but I did it. I could have stabbed him in the foot.
Interesting stuff.
So when we first laid the floor out, the riggers were out there, right, laying the floor out. So I did my measurement. I said to him, to be honest with you, I think you're like 6 inches off. That's all I said. We're going, 2 days, 3 days. Now I'm cutting my headers to make them fit in these trusses. He comes up to me like 3 days later. He goes, how come you didn't say anything to anybody? I go, what do you mean? He goes, I was 6 inches off. I said, yeah, so what do you think, I'm going to throw you in? I said, no, I got a job to do, we got to do. He said, no one ever did that to me before. He put all his riggers and helped me at the end, this guy, and then he died, poor guy. He was from around here. You know? Uh-oh. Should I shut this up?
It's probably the wife.
She thinks I got mugged.
Probably the wife checking
No,
up on you.
It ain't. I don't know who it is. But anyway, now, what was the next one? The Paris.
Oh, yeah, the Notre Dame de Paris. Yeah.
That's when they opened up the Paris, brand new hotel.
Paris Hotel, yeah.
Yes, sir. And Mike Rodinger, he worked for you. He's a business agent, I think, now.
Now he's a business agent, yeah.
Came a long way, Mike. I started him in that business, you know. He was a bartender. I got him over at the Aladdin. Ask him. Good guy. I like Mikey. Smart kid, too. He came a long way, man. He went on the road, learned a lot. That's a reflection on me. It makes me feel good.
Yep.
You know, that really, you know, I like to do that. I like to teach. I yell a lot, but now I'm old. I don't do shit.
No. Well, a lot of that, too, is, you know, we have an obligation to pass on stuff that we know to the younger guys, try to, you know, coach them along a little bit. And, you know, I told everybody I was leaving a year before I did, retired here. And I said, so now would be a good time for all you guys
I wish I would have known.
to ask me everything that I know so that you guys can, you know, take care of this place. Nah, nobody really did. You know,
It's sad. It's sad.
what it is, guys.
You know, the way this business and technology is crazy, you know?
Yep.
Look at the wagons. I remember we used to crank them by hand. You know? Now it's all automated. Everything's crazy.
The thing I was thinking about with the CES is the keynotes. That's what they
what it
called
is,
it. The keynote speeches. That's what we all did. Yeah.
And then we do all the shows. We do Intel, this, tell, that, back to back.
Yep.
They have carpenters all over the place. That was the old man's gig.
Yep. There's a lot of
Smart.
good stuff on that. Well, any other stories before we wrap this up?
Trying to think. I got this. What else happened at the end there?
You'll probably remember about 100 of them
I
when you
will.
leave.
Towards the end, there was really nothing. It was really quiet. You know? What else?
We got to that age.
The Paris.
Okay, Paris. Yep.
Let me think about one thing. Right away, they want to find out. They want to hang a loading platform for the guy who rides a bell up on a winch, and he comes off onto a platform, and then he runs downstairs. So they need to take measurements because I'm in the AP now, and it's just drywall. I ain't got no disto or nothing. I'm on the ceiling. So they tell me, can you make some measurements? I said, yeah, I got to make a hole in the ceiling. So I kick a 4x8 piece of sheetrock right, bam, comes flying on this guy named Cliff. I think you know.
Oh yeah, Cliff Davis. Yeah.
Yeah, nice, hella nice guy,
Yep.
man. What's he do? Mike says, you better change it. If you need to change your mind, this guy gets shit done, he told him, you know. So that's when they had those wagons. And I remember Joe Shanks Jr. from PRG. And they're saying, oh, they got this pallet jack welded to this wagon that's 32 feet wide, 30 feet high, and 16 feet deep. And all the fascia is on the front downstage side on a neoprene dance floor. And it's going to drive, they're going to meet in the center, driving 30 feet on each side. They said there ain't no way in my lifetime that they're going to hit center. You could tell me till you blew in your face. I said, you could put 10,000 of them things. It ain't going to work. I go, it's going to be in the 5th row by the time it gets to center. They didn't believe me. Nah, blah, blah. So I said, this is what you need to do. They just paid, I forget how much for the floor. It was plywood with them pads. And I said, what's his name, the guy who lives out in Pahrump? He used to work for you too. He came over to with us too. From New York. He moved to Pahrump. I forget his name. He's about my age.
Oh, you talking Kevin Schorndorf?
Thank you. Kevin
Okay.
Schorndorf.
Yeah. Okay.
I said, Kev, this is what you need to do. I told Mike too. I said, you need to go buy a piece of 4-inch oak. And you're going to have to, with a knife in the middle of it, right? And sink that into the floor as a guide, a knife, you know, a UHMW knife. I said, that's the only way. You ain't going to be able to do it because all the weight's on the downstage side. The rest is skeleton steel. It's just going to go on that neoprene. It's just going to go right downstage. You ain't going to be able to steer it. They didn't believe me, blah, blah, blah. So I told them, that's the only way you're going to get around it. It's the cheapest way. So we put like inlaid a piece of oak with a dado in the middle with a piece of UHMW.
Yeah.
Worked like beautiful.
Yeah. Sometimes it's the easy solutions. Yeah.
They wanted to save money, right? So I had to add a line set there. So I said, well, the easiest way to do it is do a sandbag system. So they got little Ryan there. The bags are bigger than him. So I had a couple of good guys that came from here, I got to say. You taught them well.
Yeah.
So I'm leaning. I'm up in the grid. I'm trying to spot the shib where I can tie the bags off, you know, a pin rail on the floor. I'm looking, and I got my knee on a winch drum. It's for light ladders. I said, dude, I'll use that winch to run the hem. So I called the guy, True Roll. I said, I need a 45-inch head block for a 3/4-inch hem. He goes, I haven't heard that in 25 years. But it works.
It works.
Great. It was real close to the H-beam upstage, you know, where the room changes.
Yeah.
It was that close.
Wow.
So Mike had to watch that every night. And because you know how Mike, you get sidetracked, you know Mike.
Yep.
But he did good. And then the guy fell out of the bell, another guy. I'm up in the AP and there's blaring music and their bells are going on the stage. They're on top of the bells and they need to be tied in. I said, the guy walked out, the producer from France or whatever. I said, you ain't ruining my reputation. They're being tied in. Then the guy fell. He goes, did you hear that, Leo, over the music? You know, right away, Leo, you're not going to believe it. He fell out of the bell, and he just had 2 twin kids. So I told him, I said, no, I'm not, I'll quit. They're going to be tied in. They can do whatever they want afterwards. I'm tying them in. So I would stand on top of this wall. They rappelled down in the finale. About 8 of them. They have to come up through the stairs past me. I check their belt, sit down. I don't give a fuck. You're not going over. You know, oh, they're begging me. I'm going to get, I don't give a shit.
No.
I was like a Gestapo, man, you know?
No, it's because it's your rep.
You know?
Once you tie them in, if they untie themselves or
Oh,
whatever
right,
like that,
yeah.
well, it's on you. I did that.
But I told him, it's not worth it, you know? Especially,
No, it's not. Yeah, that guy that fell, actually Kelly Wolf talked to him about a year ago, and he's doing okay. Yeah.
Where'd he fall? Here?
No, that guy that fell on the bell. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a black boy, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he has his own little place over there, over by Stratosphere, a little.
Oh, a little gym?
Yeah, a little gym, and it's
Do the
for
strap
dancers
action,
and it's
yeah.
for stuff like that, you know. So he's got a little place.
I learned a lot of that, man, when I worked for Dick Foster Production.
So
A magician. I was a gift. I was good. Everything seemed to fall in, you know?
yep,
You make it what it is.
yeah. All right, well, Leo,
you.
it has been fun.
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
We'll do it again. We could do it again sometime.
Yeah, we can do it again. You come up with some more stories, just jot them down.
I'm going to
you
start
know.
writing a book like you, baby.
You should.
I'm going to read it and see how it is. I mean, I got stories. I even told the old man, and I told Brian Schilling George, who was a big shot in Microsoft, started TPN. I said this. Asked him for 2 things. They think I'm crazy. I said, first thing you do is you need to make some kind of thing to lay the floors out. Some kind of robot that can and lay the floors out and save time, and you could make money renting these things. No one believed me. And another thing I told Dick Wright, I said, we need to make a TV show about being on the road, a reality show. We would have loved that, especially me and him fighting. Yeah, yeah. It would have made millions.
It was made for TV.
It was perfect. You've seen it. You've seen it with your own eyes.
Oh, I could have seen it. Yeah, that was no problem. Leo!
Oh, my, every time. I never. He used to love to call that name, boy. But he was a great guy, man. He was a smart man, very smart man.
Yep.
Too smart sometimes.
Yeah, he knew.
He knew a lot about everything, man. Land.
Everything.
He taught me so much stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we've lost a lot of really good people. You know, I wish he was around because I'd love to have had him on this and
that would
talk
have been
stories.
great. It would be great. He'd keep you here for hours, man.
Yeah. And that's the problem. All these older guys that, have been around for a long time, we're losing them. I'm trying to get a hold of them.
Yep.
And I've done a few of these guys, the older guys, But, when they leave, their stories leave with them.
Exactly.
So, anyways, Leo, thank you very much. It's been great. Yeah, we come up with more
Hayes.
stories. We'll do some more. Because I'm all for that type of a thing.
I love that.
Coming-
Me too.
And throw some more on here one day. So,
Thanks for having me, buddy.
oh, you're so welcome. Thanks for
Enjoy
coming.
your retirement, huh?
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep trucking along on this stuff and other little projects I've got going. So,
Good deal.
it'll keep me
The kids
busy.
all right? Boys are good?
So far, yeah, they haven't annoyed me too bad. So, I don't know. Anyways, Talbot, take it away.
This is the Craig L. Hayes Show.
How'd we do?